I'm going to go over um, a way to track inventory in an easy way where you can use a UPC scanner or a QR code app where it scans UPCs in, and do this all through Google Sheets. So the issue that I found is if you're a small business and you are trying to manage your inventory, you either can spend a lot of money on third-party software, and especially if you have an existing process in place, it can take some time to get acclimated to this and also retrain your employees on the process of tracking inventory. And not only that, it's also an expensive cost. So I look towards phone applications that were already on the market, and although there's some that potentially work, the main problem I was having is it was hard to find an app that it was easy to enter new products into the system, and then once you scan that UPC for the second, after you add the first product in, and you want to add a second product in, essentially all I was trying to do is scan the UPC and have it automatically add to my stock. And it was hard finding that. There's some out there that claim to do it. I just never found one that actually did it once I started using the app. And also, when you use an app, you're also then relying on a third-party software for your inventory. And a lot of those, after you reach certain thresholds, they want to charge you money. So I built a Google Sheets file where you can, there's a little bit of a workaround on how you can do this, and I tested it out and it worked out really well. So I'm going to start with the first page. So essentially there's a few ways you can do this, but the way I did it is you can categorize your products by whatever category it falls under, and then you can start adding products to the individual tabs down below. So as you can see, I have harnesses, bags, and these are just two examples. But I'm going to go through the harnesses one and show you how this works and how you can enter products into the system really quickly too. Because that's another thing is once you enter products into your Google Sheets, if you manually have to type out certain details about the product, it can take a decent amount of time. So I found a few ways to work around this. So the first thing is if you're dealing with products that you're selling online or you're selling locally, and you're getting these products into your store with UPCs already on them, this is what this application's for. Now, if you want to create your own UPC tags, you can do that, but I won't be covering that in this video. So essentially what I would like to show you is if you're going to whatever data you want to capture, I was trying to capture the product name, and then the SKU, the brand here. I added that in manually. You can delete that. You can add whatever you want manually afterwards, but I'm going to show you the three things I added here, and in an easy, quick way. So the first thing is with the product name, you go to the UPC label or tag that's already on your product. You open up your iPhone camera and you hover it over the tag, and then in the bottom right corner, you're going to see an option to open up a text field, and that text field is going to have an option to copy paste that product name. So you copy that, and then you download Google Sheets on your phone, and then you can switch over to the Google Sheets app, and then you can paste it into the product name. And then same thing with the SKU. You go back to your camera, you copy the SKU, and then you can go back to your Google Sheets app on your phone and paste it in. And now with the UPC, you can pop over to your UPC scanner. You can scan the UPC, copy it, and then open up your Google Sheets app on your phone and then paste it into the UPC. And so those are the three main things. Those are the three main things that you're going to want to have, especially if you're trying to track different products in your system. So once you have the main product listed, you can then begin the second process of actually scanning. You can begin scanning UPCs. And the way you do that is under the stock section here, you're going to use this formula to pull in, this formula here, the count if, scan ins, and it's the entire row of B, and then it's going to correspond that with the UPC that you have with that product on the count if, it's going to correspond that with the scan ins page. So essentially you're adding UPCs here from scan ins, and then you're on the back side, you can add this where you subtract scan outs. So it's an easy way to scan products in and then scan products out using the third component of this, which is going to be, the second component of this, which is you need to download the app called, give me 1 second. I think it's Scan to Sheets. I think the app's called Scan to Sheets, where you download that. And I do think that one has a threshold too, where you may have to pay for that one, but paying for that one is going to be significantly cheaper than paying for a third-party inventory tracker. So you download Scan to Sheets, and then you link it to this sheet here, the scan-in sheets. And then every time you scan on that Scan to Sheets, it's going to quickly grab the UPC code, and then it has the option on there to send it. And then once you click send, it goes to the UPC. It goes to this sheet here, and it just adds it one by one by one by one by one. So you can imagine if you had like 50 products, you were, instead of manually adding them to the harness page, you can add one line item with the UPC, and then and then Scan to Sheets, you can just scan each UPC and click send after you're done scanning them all, and it'll update stock. So for instance, if I take this UPC, because right now it's showing 0, I'll manually do this just to show you an example, but let's pretend that I have my Scan to Sheets app open, and I just go under here and I scan it and I hit send, and it adds to here. Once I add that UPC to this UPC column, if I go back to my harnesses tab, you see now I have 1 in stock. So on the reverse side, on your scan outs, you can do the same exact thing, but you probably are going to need, I haven't tested this yet, but you either need to have the person that's scanning out the products once it sells, you need to have them have their own Google Scan to Sheets app on their phone and link to the scan outs page, so that whenever they sell a product, all they have to do is open up the Scan to Sheets app, scan the UPC, and click send. And as soon as that hits this page, it's going to reflect under stock here, because you have it subtracting from the total. So let's just manually do this. Let's pretend I have my Scan to Sheets app open. I go under here, I scan it in, I click send, boom, and then I go back to harnesses, 0 in stock. So this is a pretty simple, easy way to manage inventory, and you can break it up. You can have all your products on one page if you want, or you can break it up. If you break it up and you create different pages per product or per category, you just essentially copy paste the formula here into your new one. So you don't have to break apart your scan ins and scan outs, because it's just looking for the corresponding UPC in this field right here. So yeah, that's a quick and easy way to manage inventory cheaply. And there's all kinds of things you could probably build on top of this to make it more sophisticated. And I think you could probably use Microsoft Excel as well, but you then would have to replace the Scan to Sheets app, which makes it super convenient to link to these pages and scan things out quickly. So, yeah, I'll update I'll update this video if I if I do anything else. I'll update this video.